So once published, then what? Okay. So maximize your article's impact. And I've kind of mentioned that in relation to the paper that my colleagues and myself have out there. You know, post updates on LinkedIn, on professional networks. I did an editorial for a virtual special issue for the Journal of Cleaner Production last week. I put a post on LinkedIn, and actually I just had gone into the Cleaner Production website, and we've had a huge amount of downloads since I actually shared that on social media or on professional media, if you like. So again, opportunities for that in the current environment are really, really important. You can add summaries to your department's website. I share with my colleagues, this paper has just been published, or this piece of work has just been published. So again, that's another way of getting your material out there. And also then the students that you teach, you might want to give them access to your journal paper. Okay. So again, it's about putting your information out there. I know some education people have their own personal web pages, and they put up blogs and they share that information on their blogs. So again, use modern technology to get yourself actually out there. Okay. So, you know, social media can drive article downloads. 7 out of 10 most important factors in the SEO rankings come from social media. Altmetrics scores usually take into account social media. And I have a slide here, Altmetrics, okay? It basically is a system that's used to track your work out there. So again, if you're on Twitter, you're on Facebook, you're on LinkedIn, you know, and you're putting your material out there, it's actually, you know, important, because then your actual profile will be increased and people will be able to view your work. The other thing I would say to you is to actually share your work on ResearchGate or Academia EDU. You know, put your material out there. You know, I'm on ResearchGate myself personally, and I regularly give papers that I've published that one has to pay for access. So I give them to actual young researchers who can't afford, or their university hasn't got access to the journal where the paper is published. So again, you know, there are opportunities for you to share your work and get your work out there. Okay. So just to conclude this section, set your goals. You know, have that plan. Build your reputation. Disseminate your work. Be very familiar and know your audience. Stay abreast of any of the changes that are taking place. You know, keep up to date with updates from the journals that you want to make a contribution to. Make a contribution to the discourse, and certainly in the modern world in which we're living, start using professional and social media in terms of getting your work out there. Okay, so at this point, I'd be happy. There's my email address if people want to actually contact me, and my Twitter handle and my LinkedIn details if people want to actually get in touch with me. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
So I have a small question. Like, it's like when you in your lecture you defined, sir, regarding that you should know your audience.
Yeah.
Audience are important. So
Yep.
there you explained about the minority, be in minority. Sir, I couldn't get it. Could you please elaborate this one? What about this minority?
Okay, well, when I say be the minority, I suppose, you know, it's about really getting your research and being in the minority in terms of doing that research, that you're not doing research that, you know, lots of other people are doing. So it's really, you know, focusing on getting your kind of niche area within your topic or within your research area.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So you're already unmuted.
So I'm audible?
Yeah, yes, you are audible.
Yeah, am I audible?
Please go ahead.
Okay,
please
thank
ask
you,
the
thank you.
question. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Professor, wonderful session there, very enlightening and insightful. I have
Thank you
one
very
query
much.
though. Yeah. So recently, during my researches and search for review, I come across very good articles in form of blogs, and you just mentioned LinkedIn articles, and I want to understand. Can we quote because there are a lot of good content available in the blogs? How authentic is it to quote blogs or articles from LinkedIn in your or for that matter newspaper articles in your academic research in review?
Okay. Well, I tend to, take note of blogs and reviews, but I would always go to the academic literature to make sure that the academic to find within the academic literature links to, similar findings that the blogs would be referring to. Because again,
Okay.
on a blog, there isn't really, you can't validate the rigor of the outcome that someone is sharing on a blog.
Okay.
And that could be seen as a flaw in your research. It's a bit like, where people would say, well, someone tells you a story and you believe that story, which it could be very genuine, but there's no factual account of that story other than what you've heard from someone. So it's down to interpretation. So to me, blogs are really, really good to get an understanding of what sentiment is out there in relation to a particular topic. But I would always revert to the academic research and use
So
academic research as the foundation of making those claims.